Deputy Speaker, I congratulate the honourable member for St Albans in once again securing this debate. This is not the first time she has persisted in raising this issue, and I congratulate her upon that. And in fact, I was going to raise some issues at the school funding debate held on March the 4th, but I was delayed and I couldn't attend the opening speeches in Westminster Hall. And when I did actually arrive, I found there were no seats available, so I couldn't even get in to sit down. And I think the attendance of so many members then, and indeed so many members on a Thursday afternoon, is a testament to the concern that school funding is causing so many of us, and indeed our communities. I've raised with the Department the issue before, but it's worth repeating this afternoon. More money has been invested in schools to promote standards, but the amount per pupil has declined because of the increased number of pupils on roll. In England, the school block allocations per pupil have declined. In 2013-14, it was £4,934 per pupil, and that had declined to £4,694 in 2018-19. And indeed, as already has been mentioned, a report by the Institute for Fiscal Studies says that funding for schools in real terms has fallen by 6.5% from 2015 to 2020, and that is the biggest fall in the last 30 years. In the London Borough of Barnet, where the Hendon constituency is located, school block allocations per pupil have declined each year from £5,355 in 2013-14 to £4,887 in the last financial year. Recently, I visited Copthall Girls' School in Mill Hill. 3 years ago, it was a failing school, but with the introduction of a new head teacher and many new staff, they have achieved a rapid transformation and have been judged as good by Ofsted. Now, Copthall is a science, technology, engineering and maths school, and very recently, Year 11 pupils took part in a live operating theatre event where the girls were able to treat artificial cadavers and even operated on pigs' hearts and other organs to gain a lifelike experience of surgery with a view to a medical career, something that greatly impressed me. Now, in some schools, that may be of little significance, but indeed, at such a school there, it was of huge significance considering the social background of many of the pupils. More than half received free school meals. English is the second language of 70% of the girls, and 80% are from an ethnic minority background. But the school faces difficult financial challenges. Copthall School's per pupil premium grant was £362,780 for 2 years ago, but reduced to £359,957 last year. This is a real terms decrease and is a real problem to be accommodated by the Finance Committee. Total funding in 2018 was £6,309,710, but this is down by £264,500 from the previous year. The school needs a new roof, it needs a new heating system, and the combined cost would be over £1 million. The school has applied to Barnet Council for a funding grant, but has not been successful. Even though it's a STEM school, its science laboratories are woefully out of date, its IT system is dated, and their library is past its best. But it's not the only school in my constituency that is having problems, but I raised their issue as I spoke to Evelyn Ford, the head teacher, and Julia Blackman, the chairman of governors, to actually see the problems they face. In the Improving Education Standards debate on the 29th of March, I acknowledged that the government has increased money into our nation's schools, but I also raised the issue of the increased number of pupils being taught. And that brings me back to the point being made by head teachers in my constituency, that in real terms, per pupil funding has fallen. Planned savings by Barnet Council has led to concerns from many head teachers in the Hendon constituency about the sustainability of their schools. Pressures include increased pension and insurance costs, along with pay rises for teachers, cuts to special needs support, which has already been mentioned, including therapy or inclusion services. This has led to some schools having to take various measures, including cutting staff, reducing the curriculum, increasing class sizes and not replacing equipment. And of course, the high cost of living in the Borough of Barnet makes it hard to attract staff, something that I have repeatedly pointed out to the Department and asked them to change the formula that we have inner and outer London boroughs. So in conclusion, can I repeat the request from my honourable friend from North Cornwall as well, for ministers to use the forthcoming comprehensive spending review to make strong representations to the Chancellor and the Treasury. At the last general election, much heat was created in constituencies such as Hendon surrounding education funding, and I hope that we can address this concern before it becomes untenable to teach children in our schools.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.